We do problem 85, the pH scale. Determine the molarity of the following strong bases. So in this case, I'm looking for the concentration of the hydroxide, and then I'll see how that relates to the base itself. But I'm given the pH. So we know to calculate the concentration of the hydroxide, we're going to take 10 to the negative pOH. But again, I'm given pH. So I have to use this equation as well. pH plus pOH is equal to 14. And then from that, I can find the pOH. So this first one is going to be 14 minus 8.15, which is 5.85. So the pOH is 5.85. Right? So that means the concentration of hydroxide is equal to 10 to the negative 5.85, which is going to be 1.4 times 10 to the negative 6 molarity. Now, let's read this phrase here. A strong base that only accepts one hydrogen ion. That means that it's monobasic. It's only got one hydroxide. Okay, now that's as opposed to this next one. It says a solution of calcium hydroxide. So calcium hydroxide looks like this, CaOH2. So when it breaks up, it gives off two hydroxides. So we're going to do the initial part the same way. I'm going to look for the pOH, so that I can figure out the concentration of the hydroxide. And I'm going to find the pOH by looking at the pH plus pOH equal to 14. So obviously in this case, the pOH is equal to 5. That should be a 14. There. So the pOH is equal to 5. That means the concentration of hydroxide is equal to 10 to the negative 5th. All right. Which means that this is equal to 1 times 10 to the negative 5th. So what's going to be the molarity of this? What's going to be half that? 0.5 times 10 to the negative 5th. Which is actually 5 times 10 to the negative 6 molarity. So that's my concentration of calcium hydroxide in a in a solution that has a pH of 9. Okay. This last one, sodium hydroxide, gives off one hydroxide. So this is back to the simple way of doing it. Okay. So pause it if you want to try it yourself. So I get a pOH of 6.95. So I get a hydroxide equal to 1.12 times 10 to the negative 7th molarity, which is also the concentration of our sodium hydroxide.